So, hi everyone. Just let us take 1 minute of a silent pause and then we can start sharing our experiences. This prayer. Hi, so let us start and others can join as and when. So, let us share about our own experiences with the prayer. Who wants to go first?
I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think I want to say that it's just, it's like how these prayers are kind of breaking all the conventions.
Hmm.
जैसे इसमें भी काफी सारी चीजें आलोक दा when he shared, like say Mira's example, कि how say in my perception was I'm always assuming कि yes, this is the right way, right? Or this is the ultimate, and how these things are not set, right? Like how everything is always evolving and changing, and when somebody has lived these depths, like for me, I think that's what I felt the most, कि how whatever my perceptions are, how I have to always keep questioning, and there's nothing as an ultimate कि हाँ ये तो यही है,
Hmm.
like kind of I like that how कि ये भी ठीक है कि kind of like especially again Mira's example कि how we all growing up say specifically in say Hindu families,
Hmm.
that's an ultimate bhakti example. but
Hmm.
उसको भी एक challenge करना कि उसमें भी एक बस it's just me right, like
Hmm.
just me, so that was quite beautiful.
Hmm.
And otherwise, the other things I really liked was that quote that they'd given, that self surrender makes the path shorter,
Hmm.
trust makes the path easier,
Hmm.
and self giving is through prayer. So इसमें अगर आप if you can speak a bit on self giving, like
Hmm.
what did mother mean exactly by self giving, what more, that
Hmm.
would be really nice. And I also loved that, oh my sweet master, let me not be submerged by outer things, because it's very easy to fall into the trap again and again and again,
Hmm.
and when everybody around you is in the water types na, so it just becomes like it's the path of least resistance and you have to resist to stop. So clearly praying for that was nice. And and Yeah, and a true bhakt is always surrendered, and therefore he experiences the divine wherever he is. Like,
Mm.
again, that example that Khali light, we feel that we have to go towards the light,
Mm.
but it darkness too, जो कि इस prayer का एक, I think, एक main वो element था.
Mm.
That was beautiful. But this learn how to die integrally. Like, if you could speak a bit on that, उसमें I think I would love to hear your take on that.
Mm.
And ये जो एक ये था कि but let me at least know that it is thou who willest it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
अब इसमें जैसे अब से we kind of hear that उसकी मर्जी के बिना पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता, और से इन गीता भी है दिस ना कि अब तुम क्या कर रहे हो, सब कुछ तो हो ही रहा है. तो उस
Mm.
केस में दिस क्वेश्चन, like I don't know how you perceived it, like why did she want to know that it's him types.
Yeah.
So एक वो, and I also, if you have time, would love for you to elaborate on this, that last line that I hear chant in my heart, the hymn of the gladness of thy divine and
Mm.
permanent presence. That what did it mean to you?
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I, Monica?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I found this week's prayer very, very inspiring personally. It sort of broke barriers inside me. Those certain ideas about spiritual life, as Taru said.
Mm.
I seem to have more clarity now as to how to move forward in my path
Beautiful.
without sticking to any particular idea, preconceived thoughts, without judging my own self, or
Mm.
without feeling and going through those shoulds and should nots,
Beautiful.
that kind of thing. I mean, she has made it so simple by saying that it is, I mean, all her prayers in the past 7 weeks also, and this as well. She's made it very simple by saying that it is complete surrender, self giving, and even when you're not able to do that, you just offer.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
there's ज़्यादा logic नहीं है. It's very
ज़्यादा
simple,
logic नहीं, बिल्कुल.
simple and profound.
Yeah.
यहाँ तक कि she says that matter which is inconscient उसमें भी divine, and even while doing those mundane work, if that thought comes when
Yeah.
she spoke of her own routine,
Yeah.
so it happens with us as well,
Yeah.
So because many a times even I feel कि I'm stuck up in this and as if I'm not doing anything.
बिल्कुल.
तो उसमें at that time उनका prayer, as thou hast thyself chosen to be submerged in matter, and then another prayer where she says that if thou would learn how to love truly, it is in this way that thou must live in the darkness and in conscience.
Mm.
Your will is my will. Here, I was reminded about Chitra ji because I remember once or twice she mentioned how she's getting anxious because her husband and son are coming.
Mm.
Even I'm expecting my children in a week or so. And I was like, I really want them to come. I'm longing to meet them. But at the same time, I felt कि जैसे अपनी space चली जाएगी वो वाली.
Mm.
Same thing as Chitra ji ने बोला था. But because we think spirituality and progress only means जैसे हम लोगों के माइंड में कुछ ऐसे बैठी हुई हैं चीजें, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल स्लाइटली सेक्लूडेड रहना है, मेडिटेटिंग, पूजा, all, but I think after reading and going through all these prayers, it is like finding divine every moment and every task, just remembering that it is his will for me at that particular time. जो मैं काम कर रही हूँ, it is his will that is happening, accepting that and living in divine presence. And we generally end up saying things like we don't have time, atmosphere वैसा नहीं है, मेरे आसपास वैसे लोग नहीं है, right जगह नहीं है. But to me personally, this is so beautiful because I feel after reading the prayer, wherever we are, whatever we are doing, we have to look for the divine and pray to dwell in the divine presence. So this was very, very beautiful, and it is that just begin. It is like we begin where we are standing. We do not have to wait that ye hoga to spiritual life is possible. It is every moment I feel. So it has broken many a kind of जैसे personally मुझे लगता था कि मेरी एक particular age आएगी, एक particular space होगा life में मेरा, and then that is what the spiritual life is all about. And abhi bhi sometimes I get upset when my routine is broken and I feel very disturbed from inside. But since I joined these prayers wala week, I've started accepting as कि जो मैं काम कर रही हूँ, this is also his will. And that induces a lot of calmness inside me,
बिल्कुल.
and it has helped me a lot that way. So this was very, very beautiful for me. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah. So anyone else?
Hi, can I go now?
Yes,
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, there is some background from my side. 1 second. Yes, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also was very interested in learning on this aspect. Sort of the difference between Meera's bhakti and another take on bhakti that is being here, because like Meera's bhakti is about her wanting to give herself and merging in the divine. Kind of just longing for the divine at all times, and just not looking at anything else, just the divine, just Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And the bhakti that mother talks about is where the longing is to become the perfect instrument of the divine and further the work of the divine.
जी जी.
So I feel like somewhere in both there is the self that is at the center. Both in Meera's bhakti also and in Mother's bhakti also, because there is that, the self that will become the instrument of the divine. And, and also where does that need come from to become an instrument of the divine and just not let go in the divine and let divine take care? That individual aspiration for me to become an instrument of the divine also, to my mind, smells a little bit of a separate self in that sense. And also, I kind of, while reading this, I kind of had this understanding that really any word that we are saying maybe will not hold true. We are just pointing towards something, and it is only relative or stage wise truth. Today I'm believing something and holding it as a rope and going forward, and tomorrow I'm going to probably discard it, or it's just going to be pulled from under my feet.
जी.
So the strength with which I used to read it, and the strength and so much longing and fervor with which I used to believe these prayers also, I feel it's kind of lessening in some sense. So I wanted some feedback from you also, Monica, on that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, beautiful. Yes, it's nice. Yeah, Preeti, would you like to share? Maybe now or later, whenever.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as others are feeling. I can relate to all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. ठीक है. Beautiful. So let us go through a little, and then we can stumble upon all the concerns in the middle, whatever has been asked, or maybe something which has not been asked, maybe that is also addressed as we go through. And I think these are all phases, as Shilpi was saying, that I can see that wo jo fervor hai wo lessen ho raha hai. So that lessening is also one phase that I have to go through. I think there is nothing right or wrong about it, and it's just as good as a part of my journey, that lessening fervor when I look forward to the prayers, and now I am not looking forward that much. I think that has to be taken in stride, part of my progress. And as we have been sharing, there is no one particular way, there is no one particular method. Tons and tons has been said on the same thing in variety of ways. And what is our inner truth? Only we know our inner calling. No one can force anything upon us. But it's nice to explore. You are giving yourself a chance to explore. I think that is what we do with children also. We give them explorations. Explore music, or explore clay, explore the rain, and it's the child's choice finally where he kind of channels himself. Yeah, so let's see what is going to emerge out of this. So I'll just kind of quickly read and stumble, maybe pause on those moments where I feel like talking. And if you have anything in between, just comment or ask me to take it. So, as we know, bhakti and love are the core of this yoga, which unfortunately is turned into a philosophy. We see that Sri Aurobindo is sometimes taken as a thinker or philosopher. It's okay, fine. But the main crux of integral yoga, because integral yoga, if we can see in one way, it refers to the complete plasticity of the being, the plasticity of the mental, plasticity of the emotional, plasticity of the physical, ultimately leading why we need to be plastic and supple, just as some of us were talking about, that it's breaking, these prayers are breaking the boundaries. So if they're making the mind more supple and wide. That is what integral yoga is. If you read what she, and even if we forget the word integral yoga, forget about it. Look at those people who are very plastic in nature, who are not rigid, who allow all kind of experiences, kind of go through them and learn from them. Sometimes maybe not learn through them, because it's part of the game. Learning, unlearning, stopping to learn, it's all part of the game. So integral yoga, or this yoga of transformation, is complete plasticity of the being. Imagine that, a wall is now becoming a curtain, so that the divine light, without any hindrance, shines through it. The wall is my ego, and it has to, in the process of self giving, we'll come upon that again, in the process of dissolution of the self, which is not an active process, as Shilpi was saying, that if I want to be the instrument of the divine, it's a huge ego, it's coming from the ego, it's nothing else. It's nothing else. If you want me to be the instrument, I'll be instrument. If you don't want to be my instrument, it's your wish. So self-giving is not about asking to the divine or the God, make me thy instrument. It's not self-giving. Self-giving is more like in feeling that this is the life. You have given me this life. You guide me, direct me. What is the best way to, make your work happen through this life? Because I have nothing of myself that I want from this life. So that is something on the self-giving part.
Monica,
Yes, yes.
thoda sa what you just said, I felt a bit confused. Like if I say aspiration,
Hmm.
so aspiration में I'm asking, right? क्या aspire say to be an instrument of the divine? तो
That is one
इसमें
sentence I can use, but aspiration is not just this sentence. It's
yeah.
more and a kind of a willingness to open, to be porous.
So then one should not like specifically ask for specific things, just overall in general is a bit time.
See, one can depend on the situation to situation, but aspiration is not just this statement that make me thy instrument.
No, I was just saying कि we say, if I say, okay, I would like to have more faith, like I aspire to have more faith,
बिल्कुल,
or that was just an example. So
हाँ.
उस हिसाब से that could also be my ego then through
ईगो
aspiration.
को तो आप एस्केप कर ही नहीं पाएंगे ना. ईगो को हम एस्केप नहीं कर पाएंगे. यही तो हमारा एडवेंचर है. हमारा एडवेंचर ये है कि जो ईगो है, एग्जिस्ट करती है सेपरेट फ्रॉम द डिवाइन, अपने आप को समझती है सेपरेट फ्रॉम द डिवाइन. उसकी एक्चुअली में कोई एग्जिस्टेंस है नहीं, बट वो अपने आप को एक रिजिड रॉक की तरह, पत्थर की तरह मान के बैठी हुई है. तो जब हम एस्पायर करते हैं, वी आर विलिंग टू चेंज. जैसे आपने बोला कि आई वॉन्ट टू हैव मोर फेथ इन लाइफ, राइट? So that is a higher aspiration. That is something kind of, ego will not aspire higher faith. Ego cannot aspire higher faith, because there is a rigidity that comes with the ego. जहां जहां मैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अपनी लाइफ में अगर मैं देखूं, वेर एवर आई फील वेरी रिजिड, वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, आई कैन बी श्योर दैट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम माई ईगो. ठीक है, तो अब मैं अगर बोल रही हूँ आई नीड टू हैव मोर फेथ, सो आई एस्पायर फॉर मोर फेथ इन लाइफ, that will dissolve me, that will dissolve my rigidities. So sentence to sentence, because it is very manipulative, the mind is very manipulative. Only I can know where is this aspiration coming from. And only that will be answered actually. No falsehood will be answered. We can be sure about that, and that is perfect immunity. Because चाहे मैं अपनी ignorance में कुछ ऐसा मांग के भी बैठूं जो मेरे हित में नहीं है, वो नहीं मिलेगा मुझे. बहुत अच्छी बात है ये एक्चुअली. So when you are saying aspiration,
Actually,
yeah,
sorry, if he says that जो होना है, जो हमारे लिए, whatever has been set by the divine, that means it's kind of preparing us for
sorry,
whatever happens, like making us stronger.
yeah, 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 that's true. Yeah,
I mean, जो होना है वो होना ही है फिर, like, I mean, we have to accept everything. Is it something like that?
yeah. So also like that, but it does not mean that I become passive. In the sense, जो होगा, I will take it in my stride. I will not claim
Yeah.
कि ये होना चाहिए था और वो नहीं हुआ तो गलत हो गई मेरी जिंदगी. That kind of a way. So everything taken in stride in terms of my own progress. कि अब इस भारी भरकम गलती से मुझे क्या सीखने को मिला. In like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is faith. That even if I have made a mistake out of my unconscious, my ignorance, even now, because owing to free will, I can choose now whether I am ready to learn from this experience or whether I want to be more in darkness in the sense of guilt and shame and all that, that goes on after a mistake. Yeah. So we all have ego, we will have ego as long as we are alive as a human being. Some or the other kind of ego will stay. There is no running away from ego. And when mother is saying that it is my task, जैसे आगे बात हो रही है, कि that even if you put me in sewer and drainage, I am ready to do your work there. So even when we in our individual lives find ourselves in the grip of egos, which we do many a times, even there we can have this aspiration. जैसे तरु बता रही थी, then aspiration can be there. And ego is not a bad guy. Ego is very important for us to lead to a particular stage, and then complete offering has to be made, and it will become more clear to us. We cannot expect all the answers, like clearing up right now, because it is so complex. uh, Tons of literature has been written on it. अगर इतना इजी होगा तो एक लाइन दे के चले जाते, उसी में हम सबका उद्धार हो जाता, बट ऐसा है नहीं. So let's see what more comes, and also keep questioning in between, as you are doing. Yeah. So the core of mother's yoga is self surrender. It means this life, owing to the fact that it is coming from the divine and it belongs to the divine, this existence. ईगो क्या करती है, उसको वो अपना मान के बैठ जाती है कि मैं, मेरी आदतें, मेरी जिंदगी, मुझे पता है क्या सही है, अगर उस हिसाब से नहीं हो रहा तो बाकी सब गलत है. ये ईगो का काम है. द सेंटर ऑफ द यूनिवर्स इट वांट्स टू बी. अब सेल्फ सरेंडर में मैं क्या कह रही हूँ, सेल्फ गिविंग और सेल्फ सरेंडर में क्या कर रही हूँ, I know, I have faith that this belongs to you, the divine. The whole existence belongs to you. So faith comes first. Now when this existence belongs to you, then all the darkness that comes on my way, guide me that I can turn it into light. When I turn the darkness into light, I am actually doing divine work. I am actually self surrendering. लाइट तो लाइट है. सी, लाइट को चेंज होने के लिए कोई जरूरत की जरूरत नहीं है ना, उस पर तो काम चाहिए नहीं हमें. लाइट इज लाइट. वेयर वी नीड वर्क इज darkness. Ego is darkness. There we need work. Situations in our life which appear so ugly, resistances of our own being, are darkness. That darkness has hidden light within it, because that darkness is also coming from the divine. Origin तो एक ही है. Can I challenge myself, plunge myself into darkness so that the darkness does not remain alien to us? And even there, the divine light can shine. Can I take that challenge? This is self giving. Self giving is that I don't want anything per se for myself. मेरी डिजायर्स, मेरी लाइकिंग्स, मेरी प्रेफरेंसेस की अब मेरी जिंदगी में कम हो रही है जगह, ये सेल्फ गिविंग है। जो सही है, जो उचित है, अगर उसके थ्रू मुझे जाना जरूरी है, जो कि हम सबको पता लग जाता है इंडिविजुअली, जिसके थ्रू हमें जाना जरूरी होता है, हमें पता लग जाता है, तो मैं जाऊंगी, चाहे कितनी भी तकलीफ हो, चाहे कितनी भी मुश्किल हो, क्योंकि यही आपका काम है। दिस इज द वर्क ऑफ द डिवाइन। सी, when we are in our comfort zones, that is not self giving. In our comfort zones, we are comfortable, all is merry merry whatever. But when I push myself through these rungs of the ladder that needs to be kind of scaled, then we have to go through discomfort. Ego does not like discomfort. So now this is also a kind of a indicator for me. Wherever I feel a right action is there, we will know. Within our being, we will know. We will know that it appears challenging, it is discomforting also, but I know this is the right way. Then when we go ahead, that is self-giving. We are not protecting the self. I am giving away myself. करो इसको सफल। जैसे अपने बच्चे को हम बोर्डिंग में दे देते हैं, if that boarding is, we know that this is, for example, gurukul, earlier gurukuls used to be there, दे दिया बच्चे को, ऑफर कर दिया। It's not easy to offer your child to a gurukul that young age, but you know that that is the right way to go, because I need that, I feel that this will be the best way, you know, for him to grow. Can you still hear my voice? I think I lost the connection. Connection lost, it says.
Yeah, nahi, there was no breakage वैसे for me.
Am I audible? Okay, okay. अच्छा, मेरे को दिखा रहा था connection loss. So, this is what at the moment I feel for, regarding self-giving, self-surrender, that I allow myself for the right action to happen on me. I allow myself for the right action to happen in my life, although I am going through discomfort and pain. I see that this is good. Okay? So let's see what comes आगे. Yeah, and here, it is said that self-surrender makes the path shorter. What path? कहाँ पहुँचना है? So उम्मीद ये है हमारी, उम्मीद ये है कि जिसका है उसको दे दें और हम रास्ते से हट जाएं। उम्मीद ये है। हम मीन्स द ईगो, राइट? हमने अभी क्या किया? हम कब्जा करके बैठ गए। And no wonder the kind of situation that we have plunged ourselves into. कब्जा करने के बाद, और हमें कोई आइडिया है नहीं कि इसका करना क्या है इस जीवन का। तो अब अगर हम अपना क्लेम हटा लें इस जीवन के ऊपर से, that yes, this actually belonged to the divine and must be lived for the divine, अगर क्लेम हटा लें अपना, that is self giving. So if we see the core of this yoga is bhakti and love, yeah, so we discussed this, that this bhakti is far more than the bhakti that we have so far read in the words of, Meera, or that यहाँ पे Rumi का भी है, that, Rumi's love for the divine, and we all, most of us resonate with that. But here, prayers and meditations, because mother took birth only for taking the earth from darkness to light. तो उसमें अगर self, अच्छा, okay, let us see, maybe it becomes clear again. And that is why mother is, able to kind of show us this path. Again, this path may not be for everyone, because each one may have their own path. So some of us may resonate with this path. For them, it is maybe there as so far as they can, travel on this. And if they cannot, maybe something else is there, they can explore.
But in short, Alokda is sharing that prayers and meditations reveal a different ladder altogether, different step altogether, a stage of bhakti, a complete self-giving. कि मुझे अपने लिए कुछ नहीं चाहिए, जो तूने मुझसे करवाना है तू करवा. और एक बार पहले, if you remember, there was this prayer where mother said that I give my sincere adhesion to all the circumstances that need to happen in that way. In the sense कि अगर कितनी भी मुसीबतें आए, कितनी भी दिक्कतें आए, I will not give up because this is what my life is for. Right? और अगर हम शब्दों की बात करें तो शब्दों के जाल में अगर हम इस पे माइंड लेवल पे बात करेंगे तो पीपल कैन आर्ग्यू कि ये भी बहुत बड़ी ईगो है. लेट देम आर्ग्यू. Only we know what we are at. So actually this cannot be explained to anybody else but my own self. Only I would know where I am placed inside and outside, in terms of making all life as yoga. We choose. Free will है. Yeah. So यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है that mother is very busy and amongst meeting people and all that, and there is no particular routine that she is able to follow for her own self. And then she hears the voice. This is taken a few lines from May 16 actually. It is not by supreme concentration. This is the answer that she hears. It is not by supreme concentration that thou will realize oneness. It is by diffusion in all. अब हो क्या रहा है, एज इफ मेरे अंदर ही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चल रहा है. मेरा आधा पार्ट कह रहा है कि आई वॉन्ट टू बी इन दैट इमर्जन इन द डिवाइन विच आई डू इन सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन, सेल्फ कॉन्टेम्पलेशन. But when I sit to converse with the divine, to communicate to the divine, the answer I get is that yes, this is the path to go. Your work is to spread. Your work is not to just remain all the time immersed in the divine immersion. That is not for the purpose that you came for. So this is the answer that mother gets. And the second one is, do not revel in the ecstatic contemplation of this union. Fulfill the mission I have confided to thee on earth. Now this is coming from mother's inner truth. We all have an inner truth which is called Swadharma. So when we begin to have these silent communications with the divine, even verbally, when we are not able to write, when we are able to communicate this, any question, any confusion, I have seen particularly if I really send an honest request or a question, no matter how hard the way is, the answer comes. Okay, Preeti, thank you. For example, I would share my own experience that I was going through really this very frequent dark phases, very clouded phases, and then I would say that again a deeper clarity would emerge, then again a dark phase. So then I was really kind of, because a part of me was kind of getting tired of this constant ups and downs actually. But a part of me knew that this is for my good. This is happening for a benefit of even for me and for others. And then actually I put this question at least 2-3 times in front of the mother. Mother, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And the only answer I could get every time was, this is for your progress. This is for your progress. I could not hear any other answer. And I had to admit that, yes, there was progress that I could see there, although it was a lot of pain and a lot of, if I can say, tumult, struggle. So mother earlier said, as I was hinting at, that she gives sincere addition कि जो करवाना है, जो जरूरी है मेरे लिए, earth के लिए, in whatever way I am here to serve earth, do it. I give my sincere addition. Now this again is part of that self-giving, because the ego will not like to go through pain. Ego would like to rather be with friends who are very settling in nature, more comforting in nature. Why would I go to someone who discomforts me? Only when I know that this is happening for a higher good. Only then. And when I am willing to have traveled this path. So this inner truth if we all can slowly in our contemplation get in touch with, then we get the answers for our own individual journeys. How to go ahead. Is this the right way? Is that the right way? Swadharma. Because this is in just direct connection to the divine. Yeah. And here it's a beautiful example of Jyoti Priya, one of the disciples and kind of one who's really spread the work in the US, Judith Tyberg, how she, mother told her that even she had here, it's shared that she wrote to the mother that mother, people are saying that mother's yoga is only to remain in seclusion, finding the psychic being and all that, deep contemplation and all that is mother's yoga. And then she writes to the mother, and mother said, you have already realized the soul, you don't even know. Now your work is this work, because mother was there in the physical presence and she could directly communicate to her. So she wrote to the mother, and so it's for us, it's completely different individual journeys. In what way we are suited, we don't know. But we get to know slowly, it's an unfolding. And that is the beauty of this life, where we forget the purpose of being born in the beginning and then we slowly rediscover it. This adventure is what makes it more interesting. And slowly the horizon kind of becomes more clear, along with the phases of darkness also in between. Yeah. Oh my sweet master, let me not be submerged by outer things. So the outer things of so-called daily affairs, a mother is saying that they don't interest me, I have no interest in them, don't plunge me in that. They have no interest, no savor for me. Even as a child, mother used to be in her own silent contemplations rather than, going for the entertainments of the fairs or the circus, etc. So mother says that they have no interest, no savor for me. If I am busy with them, it is because it seems to me that such is thy will. And the work must be accomplished integrally, in all its perfection as much as one can do, down to the smallest details in action and in substance. So if we are guided in our life to involve ourselves in certain work which appears to be the right action in that moment, then it has to be accomplished integrally, नॉट क्रेविंग कि मुझे तो मेडिटेशन में बैठना था, मैं इधर क्या कर रही हूँ, गुरप्रीत जी was sharing, Taru was sharing, that each and every part of my activity, the daily activity can become an offering. It's a path of yoga. It's not that only the time spent in meditation is yoga. Far away from that. So even to the smallest details in mother's work, the outer work, mother is saying that only because it's thy will I am doing it, and that too in complete perfection, but also with a disinterestedness. In the sense कि इससे मुझे कुछ हासिल नहीं करना है. यूजुअली अगर हम एक्टिविटीज में इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं तो हम देखते हैं कि ईगो क्विकली क्रीप्स इन एंड हम उसमें कोई अपना एजेंडा जोड़ देते हैं कि इससे मुझे कुछ मिल जाए, right? Maybe appreciation many a times, that creeps in. Maybe name, fame can come, anything. So mother is saying that I am involved in this work and I am doing it as best as I can, down to the smallest detail, only because I know that this is thy will. Otherwise I have no interest. So निष्काम कर्म, कामना नहीं जुड़ी है उसमें कोई. Yeah. So further, but it is quite enough to turn one's attention towards them and infuse thy forces into them as much as possible. Now, this is something which now Mother is giving us a little kunji. How can we make each and every moment more and more, because we slip many moments. We slip. It's okay to slip, but then we get up again. How can we infuse that inner light that we immerse ourselves into, which we call divine light? How can I infuse it into even my daily actions? And we will see that it's a far, far way that we have to travel, because many a time we just forget, we are not able to do it. So one has to constantly keep on, as much as possible, do this remember and offer, remember and offer, remember and offer. और उससे क्या होता है, we actually feel a lot of calm in the being, because there is no running कि मुझे ये अभी करना चाहिए कि वो अभी करना चाहिए. अगर ये है अभी करने के लिए, if this is the right action in this moment, which only one should know oneself, then I will give my attention here. And if after 2 minutes something else emerges, then I will give my attention there. So it's not that आधा घंटा अगर मैं एक चीज खत्म कर रही हूँ तो अब मैं जब तक वो खत्म नहीं कर लूंगी मैं उठूंगी नहीं. Nothing like that. It's seamless. Because the divine infusion can be in any work, na? So it is seamless. Only thing that matters is how much I am able to do that divine infusion in each and every work. Do I want to do that, first of all? ये तो उन्हीं से बात करी जा सकती है, do you want to do that? Those who have other ways, they can just follow other ways. There is no force, right? So now Mother is infusing that divine consciousness, जिसमें Mother immersed है अपने अंदर, into the material existence. This is the task of turning darkness into consciousness, light. कि जिसको हम गंदा या टुच्चा या मुंडेन कह रहे हैं, वो मुंडेन क्यों रहे, उसको भी डिवाइन बना देते हैं. And then we will not crave for retreats in ashrams, because the life will become an ashram. My home, or wherever I go, I become an ashram, like a mobile ashram. जैसे वो मोबाइल आजकल गाड़ियां आ रही हैं, because of the lockdown, they have started these Fab India mobile and Levi's mobile and all that. So a mobile ashram, wherever I go, I infuse the stuff with that intensity. We must not allow them to take precedence of the true realities in our consciousness. Many a times we get into a haste. This should be done, this should be done, this should be done. This happens many a times, and there we forget what exactly is necessary. End up doing more harm than good. We all do that. So do I want to change this? Do I want to transform this? So that the outer does not take that much precedence as the impact with which it is done. The intensity, the infusion of the divine light with which it is done. So while we should work there in the outer, we should infuse consciousness in matter, in material objects, whether it be handling food, arranging objects, sweeping the floor. That should be the attitude. I think this is really very difficult to do, and it's a big challenge actually. Many a times we forget, get into this hurry. Yeah. And then also it's said that the outer should not overwhelm us too much. We should know the difference. Now further, O my sweet master, I aspire to thee, to the knowledge of what thou art, for identification with thee. So that in outer works also, it's like a seamless process. I asked for a love, increasing, growing, ever purer, ever vaster, ever more intense. And I find myself as if submerged in matter, darkness. Is this thy reply? So, on one hand, the aspiration is for divine light. Where I find myself, mother says, I find myself in darkness. Is this your reply, divine? Because one thing I can see, that the aspiration in me is only towards your light. And you throw me in darkness, you plunge me in darkness. Is that your reply? Yeah. As thou hast thyself chosen to be submerged in matter, so as to awaken it little by little to consciousness. Is this the result of a more perfect identification with thee? How beautiful. This is so beautiful. So mother is asking, अब now contemplating and asking herself, अच्छा कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है? Because आप यहाँ पे भी तो हो. You are there in the darkness also. You are there in the matter, in the deepest darkness recesses of the matter. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं that it is actually a answer that I am becoming more and more identified with thy presence. Now, because you are as good as in Sivar as you are in a mandir or a temple, now you are asking me to work here. Is that your reply? So this is the answer that mother gets. Is this a result of a more perfect identification with thee? That I have to work now in the sewer, in the drain. Invoke divine consciousness even in these dark, ugly areas, smelling areas. And this is the difference now, the difference between Meera and Meera's bhakti, and now this kind of a bhakti comes. Because Meera is self-absorbed. She does not care for anyone else but herself. She is not here to transform matter. Although what Meera showed us was very important, what she showed in that kind of a phase, in that century. That was what human consciousness was needing, and that Meera gave. But now, as the consciousness is evolving further, the darkest, most recesses or the drains or the sewers of the consciousness, they need to be cleared. No, I actually was reflecting on, all this news from Bollywood and celebrities coming, so much of darkness is coming out there, which usually we were not aware of. We'll just see one movie after the other, and they will also keep producing, directing movies. These darker truths will not come up that often. That is happening right now in this lockdown. And the only reason is that now it's there only for a cleansing purpose. More and more deeper cleansing is required. It's like I have this trousers, and if I just put the trousers like that in the machine, the pockets, the sand inside the pocket does not get cleaned. But if I invert the pocket and then put it in the machine, although it may clog the machine as well, that's a different thing. But then the dark, the ugly has to show itself so that it can be cleaned. So that is what good. That is what mother is finding herself into, this plunged into darkness, because the darkness needs cleansing now. I need to invoke more light in the darkness. So not an escape from life, not a running away from matter. So this is the beauty of this yoga. Not wanting to just go away from all the relationships and all and be there in seclusion, but वहां पे हम अपना मन तो लेके जाएंगे ही ना. Remaining here, having trust in the divine, having faith in the divine, offering myself for divine works. Because I see that this is the best way to live my life. I choose it for myself. I can choose also any other way. That is okay too. But if I choose that I want to give this life for divine purpose, then there is another beauty that one can observe. Yeah, for the sake of the divine, not for any selfish interest. Yeah. Is this not thy answer to me? If thou would learn how to learn to love truly, it is in this way that thou must love. Now, this is referring, because it's a small t in thou, this is referring to herself, Mother is saying, if thou, okay, so this is the answer, yeah. If thou would learn how to learn to love truly, this is the answer, the reply that she gets back. It is in this way that thou must love, in the darkness, in the unconscious, not running away, having full faith that I am guided. I will be shown what is the progress needed here. Now, this is the love which is surpassing all the previous levels of bhakti. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yes, and there, Alokda refers to a mother's work on the cells of the physical. Lot of darkness there, lot of resistance there. Mother has done work on that. How to ignite back divine love in the cells of the physical existence. That is what mother came for, not for her own self, for her name or fame, nothing. That is self-giving. That I am here for some deeper work. I am not here for proving myself right. If thou would learn how to love truly, it is in this way that thou must love, in the darkness and in the inconscience. Now, this can also be taken in our general life, as we live, that no matter how many challenges come in our life, we take it, as Preeti was sharing, we take it in faith, in acceptance that yes, there must be something which I need to learn from this difficult experience. Take it in that way, in faith. Oh my Lord, my sweet Master, thou knowest that I belong to thee, and that always I will what thou willest. So mother is further reassuring, getting a reassurance that you very well know. She's talking to the divine. You know that I belong to thee. Otherwise, why would you give me this darkness that you have given me so beautifully? Because you know that I have some work here to do. Thou knowest that I am that, in the sense that you know that your servant is there. So you are pushing the servant in the plunge, in the darkness. Jao kaam karo wahan pe. If you want me to go into the sewers, where there is dirt and waste of the whole world, and want to clean, I will do that even if my hands get dirty. Beautiful. Yeah. So now this is not, one may just confuse it. So Alokda has also shared here that she's plunging into darkness, knowing that it is darkness, and the work that needs to be done there. Not like people live in darkness and enjoy it because they think it is light. For example, people, when we are living in ordinary consciousness, in the ordinary shallow consciousness, and taking them for the right kind of a life. It's not that kind of a darkness that mother is enjoying here. Mother is there for work. When we are living in unconscious state of being, and we are just fine with the shallow things that life gives us, and not trying to transform us or to change us in the name of any stupid concept that we have picked up, right? And we begin to think that yes, this is light, this is what I am born for. Not like that. Mother is plunging into darkness because she knows that the divine is present there, and I have to now invoke divine even in the darkness of the physical inconscience. Yeah. But let not a doubt of what is thy will be born in me. So sometimes when we are really going through hard times, we begin to doubt. We begin to doubt, what is this happening? Do I, as Taru, I think you were asking this thing to explain it. No, so mother is later asking herself, let me be submerged in darkness if it is necessary. But let me at least know that it is thou who willest it. So if I am going through a really dark phase, how do I know whether it's my ego or desire that has kind of manifested it and not thy will? How would I know? So mother is seeking clarity on that, because many a times we ourselves plunge ourselves into darkness for no reason whatsoever, for the ego's demands and wishes. So now mother is asking, let not a doubt of what is thy will be born in me. Doubt आ जाता है काफी बार. Enlighten me in whatever way, in the immutable peace of the heart. Let me be submerged in darkness if it is necessary. But let me at least know that it is thou who willest it. Because mother is going through this a little bit of kind of, if I can say, a ripple, mother is using that ripple for a higher aspiration. That, mother's ego, mother is, I think how I relate with this is that it's a sincere call from my being that कहीं मेरे ही मैनिपुलेटिव एजेंडा तो ये क्रिएट नहीं कर रही, इसकी श्योरिटी दे दो. Let me be clear there, because the ego is so tricky and manipulative that it can show up as something, and but we don't know whether it is the right work or not. And because mother does not want to involve herself in the ego's demands and desires and fulfillments, that is why she is able to ask this question. Let me know that it is thou who willest it. तुम चाहते हो ना, तुम ही चाहते हो ना मैं जाऊं इस डार्कनेस से, मैं जाऊंगी, बट एक बार श्योरिटी दे दो कि तुम ही चाहते हो. मेरे अंदर कुछ ऐसा नहीं है जो चाह रहा है. That is what mother is at the moment asking. This is again, what I feel, how I connected with it. Yeah. Yeah, this is, again, the explanation comes here. All that she wants is that it should not be because of some imperfections or some ignorant attachment that I am with the darkness, because that would come from the ego's fulfillments, needs, and asha and trishna jise kehte hain. Now we understand, when reading about her life, then it's the explanation of how she married who's called the asura of falsehood, uh, just because she had to transform him. She had to change the asura of uh, falsehood into the light of truth. That is why she married asura of falsehood. Yeah. And that is again, as Alokda shares, that is the immense love, because only love has the transformative power. That was the sign that she could tolerate even that much of asura, of lord of falsehood, as her husband, because she had that capacity to transform, to allow herself to go through that pain and torture being with the asura, although in a human form, obviously. Yeah. O Lord, in reply, I hear chant in my heart the hymn of the gladness of thy divine and permanent presence. So, how I relate with this is that when she asks that, yes, I'm ready to be submerged in darkness if that is your will, the answer she gets is a sweet kind of, a chant, in the sense like, yes, yes, I want you to go through this. This is the work, this is the right thing to be done. And that is the answer in kind of implicit way that mother gets, that this work needs to be done. And then Alokda shares this beautiful line of Champak Lalji. He's written so many poems. I shared a couple of them, I think, on the group also. In the night as in the day, be always with me. In sleep as in waking, let me feel in me thy presence. Let it grow in me truth, consciousness, and bliss constantly at all times. Now, this may appear as if it's wanting for itself, but I don't think that's true. Because if I am asking more and more for Mother's presence, truth, consciousness, and bliss, it will be very well manifested in whatever actions I indulge in. So it is an aspiration for a purer way of life. Only those of us who have a taste for this. It's not that this is to be done only now and here and for all of us. We all have our journeys. We don't know whose inner truth calls him or her to what. Yeah, yeah. I think there was a comment. Yeah. Yes, mother. Yes, Preeti. Yeah. Mother. So Preeti is sharing that mother left her husband and came to Pondicherry forever, but we don't know why that happened. There must be really a lot of theory and story behind that, and I would not comment on that because I don't know it myself, and it will not be very nice to say anything if I don't know. I'll just be blabbering something. Yeah. So anything so far? I, I, I hope that I addressed the things that were there in the beginning, or if there is remaining anything, you can just tell it again. Okay. So Shilpi, did you kind of uh, because you asked something in the beginning, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I mean, I feel like I got the answer in the sense that, like maybe phases that one goes through.
Yeah.
But my question that still remains about, about the differentiation between two kinds of bhakti. I couldn't understand that because my understanding is that at the core it has to be the same self-giving.
Huh.
So why the differentiation between the two bhaktis?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's good to stay with that question. It's a beautiful thing. And क्योंकि अभी जब हम बात करेंगे ना और आंसर करेंगे और इवन इफ वी डायरेक्टली काइंड ऑफ हिट एट इट तो मुझे लगता है वी विल टॉक फ्रॉम द मेंटल डोमेन and this should come from a deeper insight if I can say so yeah it would be nice if we can stay with that question yeah
Okay.
yeah
Okay, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Monica.
हाँ yeah yeah एक्चुअली जो ये क्लैरिटी मिलती है ना काफी बार व्हेन वी गो थ्रू एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड आवर माइंड काइंड ऑफ बॉगल्स वी आर नॉट एबल टू पुट एंड टू एंड व्हाट हैपेंड कनेक्ट द डॉट्स एंड देन वी काइंड ऑफ submerge deeply within our inner being then when we emerge with the clarity मुझे लगता है कि वो वाली clarity का कोई comparison ही नहीं है although there can be so many discussions on the mental or intellectual level so if we can have or aspire for that kind of a clarity, whether we have any question, so मुझे I find it very interesting and intriguing how the answer get revealed to us. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that you said is right कि जब end to end मिलता नहीं है तो especially जो analytical mind है it gets very disturbed
बिल्कुल
कि मतलब ये 6 centimeters है तो ये 5 centimeters क्यों है 6 क्यों नहीं
बिल्कुल
है
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
so yeah that part is right.
Yeah, yeah. And it's good that it gets dumbfounded, because only then we allow the deeper clarity to emerge. As long as I feel कि mental domain में answer मिल जाएगा, so I keep on pushing myself. लेकिन जब mind boggle होके थक जाता है, then we allow that deeper stillness to reveal the answer to us. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So who would like to अच्छा एक चीज रह गई ना ये तरु ये डाई इंटीग्रली वाला आपने शायद पूछा था ना हाउ हाउ टू डाई इंटीग्रली या सो हाउ आई रिलेटेड विद दिस वाज integrally matlab, when I say integral, it means there are several parts of my being, and in all parts a yoga is required, a union is required. So when I say that I must learn how to die integrally, it means the ego consciousness of each and every part, the ego in my physical, the ego in my vital, the ego of my thoughts, all that has to die. This is integral dying. ये नहीं कि मेंटल डोमेन में तो ईगो का नाश हो गया बट फीलिंग्स में बचा रह गया, तो इधर बच गया उधर बच गया, तो बचना कहीं नहीं है, इंटीग्रल डेथ चाहिए. कबीर भी कहते हैं कि अगर मरना है तो मर जाओ अभी, डाई टू योर ईगो. So that is how I kind of related with this, learning to die integrally in all the domains, multiple facets of my personality. Yeah. कि कुछ बचे ही नहीं, कि जैसे होता है ना कि गायब हो गए, vanish completely, learn to die integrally. Yeah. Okay, so who would like to read the prayer?
मोनिका
जी.
अभी जो लास्ट में आपने बोला ना डाइंग इंटीग्रली,
जी.
वो मेरे माइंड में एक चीज आ रही थी, हाउ आई इंटरप्रेटेड दिस. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, लाइफ इज एन इंटीग्रल योगा. इंटीग्रल का मीनिंग होता है इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ अ होल, दैट मेक्स द होल. तो अगर हम लाइफ को बोलते हैं इंटीग्रल पार्ट, डाइंग इज ऑल्सो, डाइंग इंटीग्रली मीन्स कि दैट इज ऑल्सो एन इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द योगा. और what I understand is कि हम लोग dying से generally हम सब डरते हैं. As humans, we are fearful and we don't accept it easily. Life में तो जब तक we are in form, we are ready to work, we are ready to go through this yoga process. But let me tell you, जितना मर्जी हम काम कर रहे हो, dying वाली चीज ना अभी मेरे माइंड में आई नहीं है. I am like somewhere in my mind, I am like देखा जाएगा जब डेथ आएगी तो. एंड वो आई फील दिस इज एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ द डेथ, इंटीग्रली डाइंग मीन्स एक्सेप्टिंग इट. यहाँ पे भी प्लास्टिसिटी चाहिए. एक्सेप्टिंग इट, जैसे लाइफ को एक्सेप्ट कर रही हूँ, हर चीज को एक्सेप्ट कर रही हूँ, जैसे प्रेयर्स में मदर ने बोला है. इन द सेम वे, इफ डेथ कम्स, ओके, एक्सेप्टिंग इट, इट इज ऑल्सो एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट. आई फील इट दैट वे. आई डोंट नो, जस्ट एन इंटरप्रिटेशन. या
ब्यूटीफुल. एक्चुअली इस बात पे मेरे को ना कबीर की भी बात याद आ रही है. कबीर से माया मरी ना मन मरा, मर मर गए शरीर, आशा तृष्णा ना मरी, कह गए दास कबीर. तो एक्चुअली में हमको लगता है कि हमारी जो फिजिकल डेथ है उसके बाद, आई एम जस्ट म्यूटिंग यू फॉर द नॉइस. या जस्ट अनम्यूट अगेन इफ यू वांट टू शेयर. तो हमको लगता है कि फिजिकल डेथ इज एंड ऑफ मी, and this is an illusion, because the desires don't die, the ambitions don't die, the inner incompletion does not die, that continues, that carries. तो ये मुझे बहुत याद आता है, कबीर का यूज इट वेरी, क्या कंप्लीट. कबीर कहते हैं जो चीज को इस जन्म में मरना है उसको पहले ही मार दो. जिसके लिए हम पैदा हुए हैं उसको पहले ही उसका नाश कर दो, कि फिर मरने आएगा तो जब यमराज आएंगे वो मांगेंगे कि किसको ले जाऊं, तो उनको कुछ दिखेगा ही नहीं, शरीर ही पड़ा होगा, ना आशा बची है ना तृष्णा बची है, तो शरीर तो वैसे ही जाना था. तो जिसका नाश होना जरूरी था उसका नाश हमने कर दिया इस जीवन में, या हो पाया, वो हमने नहीं किया, हम कौन होते हैं करने वाले. या वी आर फुल पोटली ऑफ दैट. तो उसका नाश हो गया जिसका होने के लिए हम पैदा हुए थे. आशा तृष्णा ना मरी, कह गए दास कबीर. बिकॉज व्हेन वी टेक अ न्यू बर्थ, इट इज सेड दैट द सेम पोटली carries as a baggage. Yeah. So I would say, we don't know when we can die. We can die any instant. So why to wait for that instant कि जब आएगी तब देख लेंगे, because we don't know when we are dying. Who knows? Haven't you heard of cases, where sudden heart attack, gone, and then people ask me, कल ही तो मिले थे. Obviously, मरने से तो पहले सब जिंदा ही होते हैं. It can happen any instant. The thing is that we think that it is too far somewhere in time. And that allows us to kind of propagate our miseries and our inconscience and ignorance. मैं कैसे जीऊंगी अगर मुझे पता है कि मैं अभी अगले पल नहीं होने वाली हूं? क्या मैं तब भी इतनी चिंता अपने ऊपर ला दूंगी? मैं किस स्टेट में जाना चाहूंगी? क्या मैं उस स्टेट में अभी भी रह सकती हूँ? क्योंकि मुझे नहीं पता मैं किस स्टेट में चली जाऊं. As much as we can. As much as we can. Yes. Yes. So क्या मैं उस वेल ऑफ इग्नोरेंस, कबीर कह रहे हैं माया मरी ना मन मरा. सो दो चीजें हैं जिनका नाश कबीर हिंट दे रहे हैं हमें, जिसके नाश के लिए हमारा जन्म है. जन्म पे जन्म, जन्म पे जन्म, नाश के लिए, उसके नाश के लिए. माया, द वेल ऑफ इग्नोरेंस that separates us from the divine. Yeah. Yes. The veil of ignorance, Maya, and Man, which is the origin of Maya. Look at our thoughts, how they cloud, they separate us from the right understanding. So if I can strive or thrive in that kind of an intensity, I think that would be something really challenging, and worth taking up the challenge, because can I allow myself to do that, कि माया और मन का मैं अभी राइट नाउ नाश कर पाऊं. आशा तृष्णा तो वहीं से आ रही है ना, माया और मन से. And then I would not even care when I die. There is nobody who yum can come for now. शरीर ही बचा खाली. How beautiful. Yeah, Preeti. Yes, yes, Preeti. In fact, yeah, the souls who are kind of, given the task, they actually, in fact, इसी वाले में जो example दिया हुआ है, Judith Tyberg, Jyoti Priya का, mother shared that you were so excited to come back for the divine work that you did not even care that you need to have a proper body, because she used to have these aches and pains in the body. She was working too much and then she would have these pains. So yes, that's true. Yeah. So let us then read this prayer, and who wants to read can go ahead. Ta-da! Yeah.
I read, Monica. Oh, or either Guruji wants to read.
Oh, no, it's okay. मेरे साथ प्रॉब्लम होती है, अनम्यूट नहीं होता, टाइप नहीं होता, मुझे बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है.
वो पैराग्राफ
नहीं होगी.
It's okay.
पैराग्राफ गुरप्रीत जी can read.
Are you starting, Shilpi?
No, you go ahead, please.
चलो एक ही बात है. गुरप्रीत जी, first two paragraphs you read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. May 24th, 1914. O my sweet master, let me not be submerged by outer things. They have no interest, no savor for me. If I am busy with them, it is because it seems to me that such is thy will, and the work must be accomplished integrally, down to the smallest details in action and in substance. But it is quite enough to turn one's attention towards them and infuse thy forces into them as much as possible. We must not allow them to take precedence of the true realities in our consciousness. O my sweet Master, I aspire to thee, to the knowledge of what thou art, for identification with thee. I ask for a love increasing, growing, ever purer, ever vaster, even more intense, and I find myself as if submerged in matter. Is this thy reply? As thou hast thyself chosen to be submerged in matter, so as to awaken it little by little to consciousness. Is this the result of a more perfect identification with thee? Is this not thy answer to me? If thou would learn how to learn to love truly, It is in this way that thou must love, in the darkness and the inconscience.
Thank you. Shilpi?
Yes, Monica.
Yeah, you can read this.
Read again.
No,
Okay.
this last paragraph.
Okay. O my Lord, my sweet Master, thou knowest that I belong to thee, and that always I will what thou willest. But let not a doubt of what is thy will be born in me. Enlighten me in whatever way, in the immutable peace of the heart. Let me be submerged in darkness if it is necessary, but let me at least know that it is thou who willest it. O Lord, in reply, I hear chant in my heart the hymn of the gladness of thy divine and permanent presence.
Yeah, beautiful. This paragraph, Shilpi, that you read, I think this is the thing that you are experiencing, that listening fervor. I think this is what you can also communicate to the mother if you want to do that. That is this your will that you want me to go through that? Yeah.
But Monica, the way I struggle is that when I pray, I don't know that what I receive is the answer from my own imagination or is the answer that I'm seeking.
Is it true for all the times? Like you never got a reply? Never.
Uh, uh, I mean, what seems to me to be a reply, sometimes I feel that it is just me imagining it. So, like, I feel like I never can say with 100% certainty that, that I am not imagining it and it is really a communication. So,
Yeah. So
but
what has
yeah,
happened?
you're right, I can keep trying.
No, but what has happened in your past experiences, whenever you have got a reply, although you were not sure 100%, and when you have acted upon that.
Hmm.
So what has happened? What has been the...
Yeah, then somehow when I look back, it feels like things fell into place.
Okay, okay.
You know?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
ठीक है. Interesting. Beautiful. I think this is the thing that keeps us going, that we don't know what is to come. We don't know how our life is to kind of spread out in front of us. Yeah, this is the beauty. Yeah. Preeti wants to share something?
Yeah, this last line where mother is praying that let me at least know that it is thou who willest it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how mother got some reply or how
Yeah. Actually,
I feel in those dark spots at some time. I mean, a lot of times.
yeah.
So we are also looking for if this was right or wrong, if we are on the right path.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in retrospect only pata chalta hai.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
But I wonder if there's any, if the mother has anywhere written anything on this, if she got an answer or something. Has she ever
I'm sure
expressed
there
it?
must be many anecdotes about it or related to it. But we have we'll have to search for it, in the collected
Mm.
works. Yeah. And the beauty is that only we can know. Here no one can help us. ये इतने अंदर
Yeah.
की बात है, जैसे वो बनियान की ऐड आती है ना, ये अंदर की बात है. इतने अंदर की बात है कि इसको कोई और नहीं बता सकता. Only we can catch our dishonesties. Only we can see whether it is coming from my purity or my impurities. Only we can be there. No one can be there. That is the beauty. Also a challenge also. And that is also stressing the importance of honesty with nobody else but one's own self. We are so dishonest with ourselves that to catch our dishonesties takes a lifetime. Trickster that we are. Yeah, great. So let's.
Just a suggestion. One day we should do some kind of informal just talking. I mean, we are very well connecting the way some of us who are actively on this group talking. So it
Mhm.
would be nice to just know and share and know each other a bit more. I would just say it like that right now.
Yeah. I think for that, Preeti, you just feel free. Because अभी तो हमारे सारे back to back हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ हो ही रहा है. So because you
Yeah.
also now know people, and if you want to create something, some platform where people would meet, just plan it and what to it, or whatever structure you want to give it, है ना? Whatever you are thinking कि किस type का होना चाहिए, what is your intention, उस हिसाब से आप design कर लो.
Because we are all on the same path, and I can kind of understand, and I'm a very good learner from others people, this thing also. So I just feel that if we share, then, and of course, I see them as my sisters now. So that
Yeah,
comfort level is there. Yeah.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Yeah.
I
So,
think that is something. So yeah, Taru is suggesting come for Harmony Circle. I think that is one platform where we kind of really, get to share and listen to each other. And
oh, that would be nice.
yeah, because that happens every Monday. Or we can form some other group and maybe meet for informal discussions or meetings. Yeah, let's keep it simmering and maybe something comes up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, great.
So let me just stop the recording.